The written word was very important to that colony. It was the way of proclaiming the way things would be, the way law was to be upheld. Daily tasks, visiting ships. It was the centre of government, and the written word was the way that government communicated with the people.
So this was a really exciting find for us, partly because we had a boring trench until this point. And then we got into a drain that we'd found, and the grate of the drain had obviously mainly rusted away on the top, but these little things had fallen into the drain. When we found them, we thought, you know, what is it? What's it made of? And then we realised it's probably some sort of lead, but we were sort of like staring at them for a while before we realised they actually had like little letters on the end, and that these were, you know, in the days when you had to put each letter into a block and print with it. So we then excitedly looked for more. We didn't find any. So this is just the remnants of something that would have been, you know, a very large collection of little letters. But certainly it took us a while to believe it ourselves, and then a while to convince people that this was something really significant.
At First Government House, probably the most important artefacts were the lead type from the printing press that came out on the First Fleet and was established in the southern outbuilding somewhere on the grounds. And from there, all the proclamations for the colony were printed. The first editions of the Sydney Gazette were printed. And this was information for all the people in the colony who could be at Sydney Cope, but also out in Parramatta, Toongabbie, Windsor. And the proclamations were for the running of the colony, so they were to the other military people and the officials on the colony. And so it's incredibly important to have this connection, this physical connection to that.
And it was extraordinary, really extraordinary, when somebody went to the Mitchell Library and took out the first few copies of the Sydney Gazette, 1803. One of the letters was an S, and it had a little irregularity in the S. And there on the first page of that first edition was a word with the same typeface. The same piece had been found on the site. And it was serendipity, because that's an extraordinary find.